Okay, I'll call the meeting to order at 9 o'clock. Approval of the agenda as presented.
I'll do that.
Thanks, Bruce. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Any additions to the agenda? I believe there was one addition, the ASB tour. That would be the summer tour.
I'm in.
We're gonna just put that on the ASB then, on F.
Yeah.
Haven't had one for a while.
No.
Okay, need a motion for the additions to the agenda?
Yep.
Thanks, Richard. That was a pretty quick arm. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
I might as well go home between you two. I'm not going to get anything in today.
Adoption of the previous meeting minutes. They're there for the special council meeting of December 11th. Any questions or comments or changes made there? If not, somebody want to make a motion to accept them? Thanks, Bruce.
I see this competition.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And our council meeting of December 16th. Any questions or comments on those minutes? If not, thank you, Robin. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. We have one delegation. Sergeant Miller's coming in to look at the statistics review. So we'll just keep an eye out for him, and when he comes in, we'll break and go to Sergeant Miller. New business, Ag Service Department. Morning, ladies.
Morning.
Okay, we have the Fieldman's report in front of us. Is there any questions or comments or anything you gals would like to add?
There we go, test. Yeah, so everything has been going well into the new year here. We have over nearly 4,000 trees already sold through the new Shelter Belt program that launched the first week of January, so that is going well. And we're getting kind of ready for the next phase of planning in the new year here.
How many trees do we have to sell for like a truckload?
They ship by Canada Post, there's no minimum orders, so yeah, so we can order 5 or we can order 10,000. Yeah, you betcha.
Speak into your mic.
No, it's not working.
Yeah, we're having a few mic issues this morning, so. Is yours green as well?
Tree planter was the question, if we've had any inquiries. We've had one person inquire about it, but that's all for now, which is good news.
Okay, if no other questions or comments on the report, somebody want to move it?
I'll make that.
Thanks, Sean. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Need a minute? Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, so we have a couple RFDs in front of us for, one for rural routes of 2026. You guys would like to set a date?
Yeah, so we did pass the motion last August to hold rural routes in 2026. The board met on January 15th and discussed the event for this year. And the board at that time did pass a motion to recommend that rural routes be hosted in Wainwright in late July on a Wednesday or Thursday evening. So we were looking at July 22nd or 29th, which are Wednesdays. And that's just to avoid confliction with community events. When it has been hosted on Fridays in the past, there is typically other community events going on out and about.
Okay, any questions or comments? If,
Gotta pick one.
we gotta pick one, yep.
I'll move the 21st.
July 21st?
22nd.
Second, sorry. My
Okay.
hearing is bad.
Any other comments? If not, Bruce has moved that July 22nd is the evening we will host Rural Roots. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
So do we have any 100-year families for that? Or 125?
We do have an application in for 100 year that we're just vetting, so that may come to a future council meeting for approval.
Okay, next RFD is the dog pound agreement.
So between the MD and the town, we have had for a number of years a dog pound facility usage agreement in place, and that's to house our stray dogs temporarily at the town's facilities. The agreement has not been updated since 2020, so we've chatted with the town, and you'll see the agreement is attached there, the proposed update. That was actually an increase to the fee. Yeah. By $10 a month.
Terrible.
Okay, any other questions or comments? If not, somebody want to make a motion?
I will.
Thanks, Garnet. To go with option 1, to approve and update the dog pound facility usage agreement. Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried. RFD 125-year Farm Family Award.
So as you'll all be aware, since the early 2000s, the MD has recognized and celebrated our farm families who reached the milestone of 100 years of continuous ownership. So in the coming years, some of those farms will make the 125-year mark. It might not happen for a few years. Looking in the records, we were recognizing families as early as 1907. So that would mean 2032 might be kind of the first year that we start hitting that mark. But the board did discuss the creation of some recognition for that milestone at the January 15th ASB meeting, and they passed a motion to recommend the creation of that award to commemorate that achievement.
Okay, any questions or comments?
We'll be having them awards out to some of the first people with 100 years in it.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah. So maybe we should go with 150. I'm okay with it.
I think the only thought process was that usually there's a milestone for every 25 years, right? Like you'll see 50 year, 75 year, 100 year. So why not make a 125?
What's it cost us?
It depends on what council wants to go with for the award itself. Like we have an idea on cost for what we do for the 100-year, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing.
But
Like
if it
for
was, how much is that?
it's variable over the last few years. What was the last one? There's somewhere around 1,600, the last one that we had made, and that's because they are cast, so they're a custom built award. But we do have our Farm Family Award that we also offer municipally at Rural Roots, and that one is a custom built award, and our budget for that is 500. So it can be, it doesn't have to be the same thing as the 100-year is given. It can be any
Yeah, no,
any number of options.
No, 25 is fine. That doesn't bother me.
just off the top of your head, do you know how many we would be giving out in the next couple of years? Was that
Wouldn't be
discussed at all?
for, I don't anticipate we're going to be getting any for at least a few years, but I can look back in the records and see, like I can provide a list of who was given them what year. I'm not too sure off the top of my head how many
When
we
did we
have
start
given
doing
out.
That's fine, I was just curious.
Sorry?
What year do we start doing it?
We started giving out the 100-year awards in the early 2000s, I believe 2003, which is when Rural Roots was established.
So they're about 5 years behind them.
Yes, but some of the families, might not apply for that
That's right.
recognition
Yeah.
for quite a few years. Like we do have some that, they're actually about 105 or 110 when they apply. So it's not necessarily the year.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions or comments on this? If not, does somebody want to make a motion either way?
I'll make a
that
motion.
You
Oh,
did-
he got it.
You wanted it.
No, you got it.
Okay, Oscar, I'm going to make the assumption you want to go with option 1 and approve the development of the 125-year Farm Family Award?
That's right.
Okay, Oscar makes a motion. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
That's the first time everybody agreed.
Oh,
It's just because it was you.
Yeah.
Okay, we have our ASB January meeting minutes. Do we need a motion on that? No, just information.
Just information.
Okay, so there was the, coming out of the ASB convention, there was the summer, what's the correct term for it? Summer
ASB Summer Tour.
Yeah. So, and that is July 22nd and 24th off the top of my head?
July 14th to 16th,
14th to
hosted
16th.
by Wheatland County.
So, put this on the agenda just to see if council wants to approve the expenses, if anybody from council and the Egg Service Department would like to go.
I'll make that motion. Anybody that wants to go can go.
Okay. So we're just council and AFB and the board?
Yeah.
Okay. And did we double check, is that the same time as Egg in Motion this year?
I just checked this morning, Egg in Motion is actually
That's
July
what the
21st to
administration
23rd, so the
Those are
following
days I
week.
had in mind, okay. Perfect. So Oscar made the motion to accept all of council and the Egg Service Department
And the administration.
and administration to attend the summer tour, Egg Service Board Summer Tour. And Wheatland County is hosting this year, so.
Perfect.
Any other questions or comments?
For that one, I do believe that they did have, like, there's limited space, so it may sell out. So if anyone is really keen on going, definitely let us know, I guess, sooner than later, just because they are anticipating that they're going to run out of space.
This is the first year, when's the last year they did this, do you remember?
It's been a number of years. I've never been to it. It had kind of quit. I don't know if it was COVID that kind of shut it down or if it had, COVID. Yes, I think 2019 might have been the last time it ran, or perhaps it didn't run that year. I'm not entirely sure, but it's been on a bit of a hiatus, so.
Good.
There's not really, I just looked on the website this morning, it's mostly showing TBD. They did have a pretty, they did present at the ASB conference last week at the end with an invitation. It sounds like they do have more of an agenda now. They did list quite a number of different things that they have on schedule, but the schedule is just not up on the website yet. But it does look like 3 full days. And a lot of different kind of processing facilities and different
That
operations.
could be really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
What do they call them full? Is that because of room?
Yeah, I think they're just not able to accommodate, too many people, so I'm not sure what their cap is.
Well, I was just wondering if it was rooms or,
It might be just space for the tours themselves, like if it's,
Oh, I see.
processing facilities and whatnot, I imagine they can only take so many people through.
okay.
Okay, Oscar has a motion. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Just want to say good job last week. You guys did an awesome job at the conference hosting it, so well done.
Thank you very much. It's a lot of work that goes into it, and we want to make sure it's worth everyone's while. We have 68 municipalities coming from across the province there, so you better make sure you put on a good show, and we're pretty proud of our region in the Northeast, so.
You guys had some excellent speakers.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, we were pretty happy with how everything went.
Good food, too.
Just for you.
Didn't have ice cream, but that's
Oh, I'm
okay.
so sorry. We'll make sure we get that corrected when we host again in 5 years.
Okay. We don't need to go around the whole table.
Come on, about.
What do you think, Oscar?
I already spoke to them, so they know what it is.
Sad I missed it.
Come on, pump their
Okay.
tires.
Yeah, you made it out, Bruce.
Thanks very
All
much.
right,
ladies.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you want to be on stage, go be a movie star.
Comb your hair first.
That's
He
my
wasn't.
eyebrows.
I think it's the best conference I've been to. The
Oh,
meals
it
were
is.
phenomenal. The
Yeah, no, it
speakers
was
and
good.
presenters were good.
Yeah, no, it went really well.
Send me the highlights.
Morning, gents.
No.
Morning, boys.
What I liked is we were in the same building, and you could go out and have a smoke and really not miss anything.
Okay, well, we'll move on, guys.
That's what I like too, Oscar.
Yep. When I was outside.
Pancake.
Morning. Okay, so we've got the Public Works report there. Any questions or comments or anything you'd like to add, Preston?
Well, I could expand a little bit more if you want, but it's totally up to you guys.
You just expand
You're
as
the
much as you
man.
want, because it looks like your shirt's too tight anyway.
Quit it. Well, I can give you the details on this water leak if you're interested. So, 2:30 in the morning, I got called out to Green Chills to respond to this low pressure, high water demand. Once I got there, I could tell that, based on the level in the reservoir, that we're going through way more water than we should be at 2:30 in the morning. Did drive around Green Chills looking for, you know, the obvious signs of a water leak, which is water coming to the surface. Did not see that. Called in my operator, so the two of us both started expanding our search and keep looking and keep looking. To no results, we did not find anything coming up. We then left at 5 in the morning, went home, returned at 7, did do door knocking, started a boil water advisory. You know, at some point, we're gonna have to do something, right? So we might as well get the ball rolling here. Also did inform Alberta Environment and Protective Services at 5 in the morning too, that there's a situation happening. Spent Sunday, brought the backhoe out, moved a bunch of snow, walked a lot of the road allowances in Green Chills and so on and so forth, looking for this water leak. Did not find it on Sunday. Returned Monday with new door knockers, with information on the back of the sheet, explaining the situation of what was happening in Green Chills and what we were looking for, along with another copy of the boil water advisory and asking them to, you know, respect the boil water advisory on that same form. We did spend all day Monday with, I did bring in some crew from Public Works to help expand, look harder, look more. Still did not find anything coming to the surface. But at about 3:30, 4 o'clock, we did notice an increase in wastewater flow. So then we started working around one of the manholes, and we could hear in the manhole what you would call, I guess, water coming in. I mean, it's not unusual, but the flow was up. So with that, talking with them in at the office here, I arranged for a camera service to come down and camera that sewer line, which potentially, what we were hoping for, would get us tighter to where the leak was coming in. What that did do is, did tell us where we were looking was in the right area, and it was infiltrating through the barrel and underneath the ring of the manhole and coming in there. It wasn't going farther downstream, and it wasn't coming in farther upstream. So we were in the right area to start our process. So Tuesday afternoon, we plugged a couple holes through the oil, back down. Of course, we found water. I mean, we went through 313 cubes of water extra. So, I mean, obviously, it's quite saturated in the area. Based on an educated guess that we had a water main on the east side of the manhole and we had a service on the west side of the manhole, we decided to work where the water main was. Higher chance that probably the water main is your issue. As we dug down on Wednesday and we got farther in, you dig and you chase, we discovered that the water was coming from the west side. So we filled that hole in on Wednesday, had to isolate the service overnight. Started again Thursday morning, started there, dug down, then used the vac truck to the vaca line on the north side of our trench, turned the water on. Water did not come from the north, it came from the south. Then we focused our attention to the south, started working in that area, and dig down and found that the service had pulled apart. And that was our water leak. So from Sunday till Thursday, did have it fixed by 5:30 in the afternoon, and water was then back on. So that was our leak.
Any
What it
questions?
looked like is it pulled apart. So. And
Just a collar came apart, or?
that's what was leaking. That's what it looks like. So,
You've done a good job.
so thanks to staff for helping out in the office. Thanks to the staff at Public Works for taking turns and working on site. It was rather cold, and that adds to everything. The frost was deep. It's hard digging through the frost, especially in the streets, because it goes down quite far. So we had about a meter of frost we had to get through. So slow digging and all that, but in the end, I mean, we did the best we could, and I think we cornered this as fast as we could based on the situation. In my career working with water, I've never had a leak that didn't come to the surface. This is my first one, so it's hard. I mean, you don't know where to start. You just have to wait it out until you find out something that'll give you a clue, and then you're still guessing by golly, working on it. So, yeah. Otherwise, everything in that department has returned to normal. Flows are normal, and that side of it. We did our samples upstream, downstream at service. Took those to Edmonton last Friday. They were analyzed, and we got notifications on Saturday that the boil was lifted. Myself and my operator did contact approximately 8 people that live in Green Chills. We posted it on the MD website, the MD Facebook page, and it was also posted on the Green Chill Facebook page. So,
Okay. Any other questions or comments? If not, somebody want to move the
No.
results presented? Thanks, Richard. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Hey, Director, safety report.
I don't have an exciting story like that, but
That's a good thing, Ray.
on my report here, I stated that I met with CPP Environmental for the Clear Lake boat launch preparation. Well, we have since completed that project yesterday. Public Works Construction lent some of their employees out to give a hand, so we were able to set all the blocks and get that all prepped up. So that is now complete. Applications for summer students and clubhouse workers have been coming in steadily. We've got a fair bit amount for both departments. So our cutoff date for that is February 13th. After then, we'll start short stacking the list and making our decisions for employment for the 2026 season. And we're currently still trying to finalize some numbers for planning and budget meetings coming up here in the spring. Our 2026 edition of the safety manual has been uploaded to the online safety program, and all of the satellite shops have a hard copy inside their shops. And went around with employees and just kind of expressed what changes were made on these safety manuals. So the general information is out there, and everybody has a copy of these new safety manuals as well. So.
Any other questions or comments?
So the ski trails down at Riverdale, are they doing well?
Yeah, so that is something else that I did have on here. So we did prep it, I believe. It was just after the holidays we came back. We had an employee go out there, we had our side-by-side with the tracks. Worked out pretty good, actually, Bruce. Yeah, the tracks extend far enough where it doesn't impede on the trails. We didn't quite inquire the groomer that I thought we were going to get, but we did receive another attachment that we just put on the hitch of our side-by-side. And I wish I brought the pictures, but I can email all of you some copies of the pictures just to show you what the tracks do look like. I think they turned out pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't really seen too much action out there with the cross-country skiing, but it has been cold here the last little while. So, yeah. You brought it back with you, did you? Yeah. But yeah, no, the tracks turned out pretty good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions or comments? If not, somebody want to make a motion to, I think Garnet beat you there.
Fast devil.
Accept
You did the
report.
head nod.
Yeah. All those in favor?
I think we're in an auction house.
Yep.
Opposed? Carried.
It's all about eye contact.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, we got the some RFPs coming out of this, digital scanner and diagnostic software system.
Okay, so our current scanning system is obsolete. We need to upgrade it and swap it out to a new system. The cost to get it fully licensed, compatible with our equipment. This one actually does incorporate our agriculture equipment such as our tractors, our John Deere equipment as well, like our skid steers and our Bobcat. It's got a little more depth to it than our previous one. Cost to replace the system is $18,000.
Okay, just, so the system is 18, and then do we pay a monthly fee for the upgrades?
There would be
and
a
stuff?
yearly license fee.
A yearly license fee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yearly license fee, I'm sorry, I don't have it with me, but it's not comparable to $18,000. It's
No,
quite a bit less.
that's fine, usually.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Robin. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
So we went out to RFP for gravel hauling, 2026 with option to extend it to 2027 as we usually do. We did get two submissions. Council can then decide on which contractor they'd like to go with based on price score of both.
Can you elaborate on score a little bit?
Okay, score is done by heavy weight on pricing. Then we look at scheduling, equipment, safety program, price, scheduling, equipment, safety program. There's one other thing I just can't remember off the top of my head. References and work with the MDO Wainwright.
Okay.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah. Actually, these contractors both scored on everything else basically exactly the same. Yeah, they both worked for us, they both have experience, they both have everything that's required, so ultimately, yes, score based on price.
Okay, any other questions? Comments? Not, somebody want to make a motion?
I'll move that we go with both transport.
Okay, Bruce moves that we go with Holt Transport. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Yep.
All right, so we also went out for our 2026, 2027 gravel crush, option to extend it to 2027, very similar to the gravel hauling. We did receive pricing from 5 contractors throughout the province. Council may choose based on price and score. Just a little bit of background here. So we had contractors that gave us a price on a flat rate. We also had contractors that gave us price on a unit price plus elimination. So then, working through that information, what I did was I picked a high elimination because, I mean, we're going with a modified spec. I do see some of these pits aren't going to reach this amount, but I had to kind of use a number and just base it across the board. So I used a 60% elimination size, or excuse me, elimination total. Based on that, that comes in at a rate of about $6.38 per unit price on the first contractor there. And it shows you on the overall total bill as well if we based it on a 60% elimination. So
Who's GCS?
GCS, they've crushed for us before. They're based out of Hardisty, and we've used them previously in probably 10 years ago or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job. So out of these contractors, the top 3 have all worked for us before. They all scored well on their submissions, just based on price and so on and so forth, reference letters, stuff like that has to be included. So they do get docked if they don't add that information in there. So
And they all had the same specs to look at that we want.
they most certainly did, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new specs are in the contract, so.
Okay,
The MGA doesn't allow us to give points for local, like, locality or anything like that, do they?
That would be the trade agreement, so
Okay.
no.
okay, any other questions or comments? If not, what do you guys want to do?
I'll make a motion, we go with GCS.
GCS?
Yeah.
Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, divisional grader.
Okay, so went out for invitation for divisional graders, 2. This would be for Division 2 and Division 3. Did receive pricing from John Deere and Caterpillar. Council can decide based on price and score for moving forward on these 2 divisional graders, how they'd like to proceed.
Okay, any questions or comments? Pretty straightforward, I think.
Yeah, I'll make a motion and go with that.
Okay. Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
So along with that, just for information for the new counselors, we also ask on that for delivery. That's a part of the scoring as well. So for equipment deliveries, a score item as well.
Well, like delivery timeline.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when's Brent bringing them?
Brant's meeting the recommend, or the, I guess my, what's the word, not recommendation, my date.
Okay.
So we're looking for one here for the end of February, and the other 2 by that first or second week of April. Based on their submissions, they said they can meet those dates.
And warranty starts at delivery, not when you use it, right? Is that what we clarified, or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we wanted delivery and then held it after, I mean, we could work into that too, but not
Okay.
necessary.
Okay, and we also have the purchase of an oiling grader.
Yeah, so this is our oiling stabilization grader. We received pricing similar to before from John Deere and Caterpillar. And council may look and choose based on price and score.
What's the difference between this grader and the other ones? Or-
This is a larger size,
Larger.
weight and horsepower. Yeah. Also comes with a ripper, whereas our maintenance graders do not.
I make a motion, we go with the Brent John Deere grader.
Okay, thanks, John. Any other questions or comments? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Okay, so I brought this back to council for a decision. Basically, what happened when I proposed the hard surface map, I included this road in Fog Seal. And when I look at my scheduling, this road's going to get a fresh chip seal next year. And I think, in my opinion, we could forego the fog seal of 2026 and chip seal it next year. It'll be, it's just a better decision on dollars to do it that way. It's not necessarily to fog seal it this year and then chip it next year. Kind of defeats the purpose, if that makes sense.
What's the fog seal worth?
75 cents a square meter.
So in layman's terms, 3 miles is how much?
Quite a bit.
3,000, 4,000, 4,500 times 8 times 80. I can tell you right now if you want to look at it. Sorry, I should have looked at that. I didn't expect that question, but
It's just, I'm sad to see it up there.
$30,000.
There.
Well, didn't I say it? 30,000?
Okay.
So,
Just curious. that's
Yeah.
all. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
I'm not going to make this
No.
one. I'm sad.
Okay, somebody want to make the motion?
I will make it, sorry, Bruce.
No problem.
I think Richard beat you off there, I'm not 100%.
I don't know, that was close.
Who was it? I don't care.
I've got to clean this in front of me.
And Richard, you want to go with option 1, remove the range road
Yeah.
from the hard surface and now? Okay.
Just
All
sa-
those in
just
favor?
save- Just saved us $30,000.
Carried.
And this year, the next one. It's this one is-
I have to make 2 in a row.
Okay, we got an RFP from the Edgerton Golf Course.
so the Edgerton Golf Course is looking for some assistance dealing with, I guess, some maintenance items around the golf course. I guess if we look in the past, we've helped some of these community organizations, such as the Stampede Association, with requests such as this. So council may look at this and address it how they would like, based on, I'm assuming we can probably get in there and do this, in the off season, such as the winter time. it fits within our schedule. If council would like us to pursue this, it's up to council to make a decision, let me know.
I'll make the motion, we go with option one.
Thanks, Oscar.
Okay, is there any other questions or comments
Well-
for Preston before?
Just did the
Go ahead.
motion pass?
I haven't called it a question
Okay,
yet.
so Richard, like, did I hear you say Preston sometimes in the summer makes time in the schedule or in the spring?
No.
I said based on right now, this works in our schedule
Okay,
quite
sorry,
quite
I
fluently.
misunderstood.
I mean, if it had to be the summertime, then we'd have to look at it a lot closer.
Okay,
Not saying
perfect.
we can't
No,
do it
I
during the summer, I'm
misunderstood,
just
because
saying
they
we'd have to
wanted it
look at
done
it
as soon as
differently.
possible, so I thought I couldn't wait for the summer, so. my
Oh, they
mistake,
want it as
sorry.
soon as possible? Oh, okay. Does that say that in there?
Once we pass this.
It did in the email, but
Oh,
not in the
okay.
RFD.
I understand. Yeah, no, this should not be a problem to handle.
Okay.
I see no
Oscar?
reason why we shouldn't be able to help them out.
No, as long as it doesn't interfere with our
Yeah.
operations, it's
Yep.
not a big deal. Okay, Oscar made the motion to go with option one, approve the request for equipment and operator. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Moving on to finance. Accounts, was there any questions or comments on the accounts?
I'll move the accounts. Mike?
Okay, thanks, Oscar.
Do I jump the gun? Services, or is that the next one? I'm sorry, that the fire money's not taken out yet. That's on the other one. Never mind. Too early.
Is that for the half ton?
I don't know. It said that.
There is an
something
RFP
in
for-
red where the fire money wasn't taken out yet.
Thanks, buddy.
So that would be the shared Wainwright Fire Department.
Okay,
That has the actual
and how much will
reserve.
that be? Do you remember?
It is 197,000 and change.
To still come.
Yeah.
Okay, Oscar made the motion to approve the accounts as presented. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Financial statement. Any questions or comments on the financial statement? If not, somebody want to make a motion to accept it as presented?
I will.
Thanks, Richard. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And reserves are there for information. Okay.
It's included.
So that number is with it, okay.
And there's also the audit plan and engagement letter information there, just for information. Does anybody have any questions on that, or anything you want to mention? No, pretty straightforward. Okay. Yeah, moving on to administration, the monthly status report is there. Any questions or comments on that? Looks like everything's going pretty well. Okay, we got some RFDs to deal with. We gotta set the 2026 planning meeting date. So last year was,
How does the second, which Friday is April, which Friday, April the second, April, how is that? April second.
Who's buying dinner that day? Because that's my birthday.
Oh,
April 2nd is your birthday?
No, April 1st is his birthday.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That was just a coincidence. That was a coincidence.
Is there any objection to having
April
planning on
2nd?
April 2nd?
No.
If not, somebody want to make a motion?
Yeah,
to
since
accept?
my birthday, I'll do that.
I guess we're having cake on the April 2nd.
And the presents.
I'll get you a present.
I'll get you one too.
What
Okay.
time? 9?
9 o'clock and plan to be there all day.
Yeah. So Oscar makes a motion to go with April 2nd. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Strategic planning meeting date?
Strategic planning, we were thinking maybe a little bit later because we do have a full slot of meetings coming up here, budget, planning and so on in the open house. So can we go towards the end of May for that, the last week in May?
What
Might-
day, the
This will
28th?
give the.
Might be
yeah.
fishing.
What date?
We can go earlier.
Still be ice.
Or you,
No, later in May sounds better.
Yeah.
May what?
I might want to sit on a tractor.
Well, I'm just sticking
Well, I'm
with the
open.
theme of this.
you're open?
Yeah.
This
So it
theme of-
doesn't.
What?
It's auto steer, isn't it?
Still gonna sit there. Gotta
So that-
fill it
What's
up.
the last day we can have it in May?
Any
28th?
any day that week.
28th.
28th would
Stick
work.
with
I
the
make a
Thursday?
motion, we go to the 28th.
The
Okay.
29th, we're away for,
Okay, Thursday, the 28th of May.
And that'll be at
Strategic
9 o'clock
planning.
as well.
what's
Okay.
that, sorry?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, it shouldn't be an all-day meeting, it probably should be a couple hours. The morning, if we book the morning for that.
Okay, Sean made the motion. Any other questions or comments? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And our budget meeting date.
So the budget meeting, typically, it would be after planning. So if we can have budget on, into May the 4th or the 5th? Would that work?
That's pretty
4th,
late,
the 5th?
isn't it?
That seems late.
We're running on our operating plan right now for our budget, so we're good.
We're running on last year still.
So typically, that's not that late for a budget meeting, because we've actually approved a lot of our capital purchases that are essential to order.
Okay.
So, yeah, typically we'll meet end of April, beginning of May to have our budget meeting.
So May 5th? Does that work?
Yeah, 4th or 5th works, yeah.
Fifth?
Which one?
Let's
Yeah,
do it
either
Tuesday.
or,
Fifth?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the fifth.
yeah.
Okay.
Somebody want to make that a motion?
I don't know.
Thanks,
What-
Richard.
What date?
May 5th. Tuesday, May 5th at 9 o'clock.
Probably
That's a formal business attire affair,
Yeah,
and
Is that an all
probably
day?
an all-day.
probably all day, yeah. So Richard made the motion. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Open house.
That's held on council day, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
It
held
is.
on council date, April, at 4 o'clock PM.
So April 21st at 4 PM. Any questions or comments on that?
23rd,
21st.
21st.
Council.
21st?
Okay.
4 PM.
Yeah,
And that's here,
That's here, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it till 4 till 6 PM, and then
4 to 6?
And usually the Reeve buys supper after that.
Is that how it works?
That's
Okay.
exactly.
The Reeve has a meeting that night at 7.
Yeah, I do, yeah, an important one too.
He can leave his credit card with us.
I'll be at the
I don't
meeting
have
with
one
him.
of those.
He can bring his credit card with him.
Wait, I don't have
What
one.
meeting is it?
Okay, tax sale.
Okay,
I guess you're in trouble now.
hold on, we gotta make a motion for the open house on April
I'll
21st,
make a
so.
motion for the open.
Thanks, Robin. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, and we have to set a tax sale date. And that is usually in June or July?
in June.
June council. Okay,
So if we could set it for June 21st, the council meeting at 11,
June 16th, please,
sorry, June 21st.
is a Sunday.
June 16th.
16th
off,
is
so it's
council.
June
Sorry, I was looking at
15th.
April, June
16th.
16th, June 16th, thanks.
thanks, Robin, good catch.
Good catch, Robin.
June 16th at 11 a.m.
Okay. any
here
questions or
at the
comments?
MD office,
Okay.
or at council chambers, I guess.
Council chambers.
Do we have to
No
dress up?
questions or comments? Okay,
Mike's here.
Garnet made the motion. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And we have an RFD for Perkendirk.
For what?
So Perkendirk are, well, the PERC is Provincial Education Requisition Credit. and the DIRC is Designated Industrial Requisition Credit. So basically, this is money collected on behalf of Alberta Education and Municipal Affairs, their assessment department. So we collect this money and submit it to them, but we haven't been collecting this money to submit to them, especially the PERC, which is this school foundation fund. So there's a program out there which allows us to get a credit back on our future ASFFs, school requisitions. So if we do this application and are approved, we potentially have these numbers here in front of council credited towards our requisitions. So all we need is a motion from council to complete the application.
I'll make a motion on Perkins.
Will we
I just
decide
had to say it.
what to do with the money, or is it going to?
It'll just go towards, it's a credit towards our ASFF, which is the school foundation, and the DIP requisition.
Okay, Bruce made the motion to go with option one. Any other questions or comments, Cory?
Ask again, ask away.
That's all right.
No, go ahead.
I don't care.
We're all waiting.
Robin, it's education requisition that we weren't paid for on property taxes that are still outstanding.
I see,
So,
okay.
yeah, so we've
So-
requisitioned it. They didn't actually pay it. We submitted that money to the province, but we haven't actually received it. It's still sitting as
I see.
uncollectible accounts.
Somewhat owed to us rather
It's
than
owed
it
to
being a
us.
credit that you're gonna have.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
was
we'll,
thinking like we could give it right to the school or something, but if it's just
No.
something that's owed to us.
it'll just
It's
reduce
money for
future,
us. It's
future
gonna benefit
quarterly
us,
payments is what it is.
Perfect,
Not
okay.
the school.
Not the school.
Gotcha, thank you.
Okay, Bruce made the motion to go with option one.
I had to say Perkins.
You
Option
just
one.
wanted to say that.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Tax collection rate memo is there for information. Any questions or comments on that? If not, we will move on to, member bulletins are there for your information as well. We have Sergeant Miller here to go over the crime stats, so I will grab him.
Oh. 2-second break.
2-second break, okay, so we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's appliance slash land.
Do the kid out of here. Who said you could have a break?
Well, no, that's.
Just off
it's
grass.
mostly land. The appliance-
Morning, Mike.
Hi.
So the GFL is to collect, the appliance one in landfill, that's the way that we are.
Saturday with the UATs. It's the U15s here in Lloyd Saturday. Oh, it's next weekend. Well, like lined up. Yeah. The time is up.
Mike, was there anything you need, or we're good?
Nope, I'm good that way.
It's the only way I can beat these two.
Nope, it's green. Oh, good. Recording's red. Mike, we're recording though.
Don't look at Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Hey, Mike.
How many cookies is he gonna eat today?
Yeah, I think I'll
Since about 8 o'clock.
No, that's number.
Not bad. Okay. Well, thanks for coming in. Everybody had the stats beforehand. Is there anything in particular you want to point out or go over?
Yeah, I was gonna just, first of all, thanks for having me, come in and morning just to present our 2025 provincial stats for the MD of Wainwright. I sent them out earlier, so everybody's had a chance to review them. First off, are there any questions on any of the documents that I sent out there? Oh, there we go.
Any questions?
Any questions there at all? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a document that looks like this one right here.
Okay.
And it's labeled Wainwright Provincial Detachment, Crime Stats, January to December. So what that document does is it provides a snapshot of all the reported crime or any calls for service to the RCMP in the MD of Wainwright for each year, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. So you can get a snapshot of how many calls of service are coming into the MD of Wainwright. And if you go down to where it says total persons, the percentage change from 2024 to 2025 is a reduction of 31%.
Some of those look pretty dramatic reduction.
Yes. We had a good year last year as far as our crime stats. Combination of a few different things, especially if you look further down on the total property crime. Dramatic decrease from 2024 to 2025 from 241 reported incidents to 131, which equals 46% decrease. There's certain individuals that we have targeted that have been in jail. When you have people that are in jail that commit a number of your crimes, you need to have those crime stat drops. So that's been one of the contributing factors. And there's two particular individuals that have been in jail for over a year now that have really, especially out in that Chauvin area, that was causing some issues over in that area.
Hopefully they stay there.
So if you go to the very bottom of the page, if you take the overall total criminal code, the percentage drop from 2024 to 2025, 320 down to 183 reported incidents, 43% reduction. And again, you can go line by line between 2021, 22, 23, 24, and 25, just to kind of get that picture of that snapshot of total reported incidents that come into our detachment. Now, we always know that there are unreported incidents. We try and have been promoting with all the villages, and I know the MD's been promoting it as well, is to report, as minor as it is, report it, so that we have the record and the statistics to support the membership and the number of police officers we have on the streets.
Just a question about that. With that, if somebody does report something, is there, like for the parameters of these stats, is there anything it has to fall under? Or is there anything that is worth investigating gets reported as a stat?
Any call for service that comes in, whether it's reported through our dispatch center, our detachment, or even the online portal where you can now report any crimes online, all those are recorded into these statistics right here. So whatever that report is, whether it's a theft or a disturbance, it gets scored in our record management system, and then it gets categorized into one of these particular categories.
Where's the online portal? Like, what, do you know the web address off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head, but
We shared a link on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
We did?
last-
Okay.
We can do it again, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
What,
okay.
when you have, on the second page, you have total federal, and then it says other provincial stats 45. What would that include?
other provincial statutes, that includes things like fail to appear in court. So if we have somebody in the village of so-and-so that's been charged with a crime. So the original file is they've been charged with theft. Now they fail to appear in court.
Okay.
Now there's a new file generated where they're charged with fail to appear in court. That's an other criminal code.
Okay,
Oh.
I appreciate that. I was like 45, I don't know, other. Perfect, thanks.
We can move on to that second page, the one that has the,
Sorry, I jumped ahead.
if you have that
Jeez,
page as well.
Robin.
One thing, if you scroll down to where it says roadside suspensions, alcohol, we did see an increase in that area from 2024 to 2025, from 2 to 6. So there's a different way you can look at that. Is there more enforcement? No. We have a couple members that are on the road that are really eager for that impaired enforcement. So that number increasing, I look at as a good thing, that we're actually detecting and removing those impaired drivers from the road. So that is an increase, but I think by looking at that, that's a positive increase, because I believe that there's always going to be those impaired drivers on the road anyway.
Right.
Are you able to check for drugs on the road yet, like a sobriety test for cannabis?
So we don't have anybody here currently at the detachment that has what is called their standard field sobriety testing certificate that can test for impairment of drugs on the roadside. If we have somebody stopped that we believe impaired by drugs, we have to call into somebody from the surrounding detachment to come in.
So we don't check none of them, but you'll give a drunk guy a ticket, but nothing goes to these other guys?
No, they get detained until a member that has that particular training.
Only if, that's unquestionable, only if you feel like it.
Well, I think it would be a moral injustice if somebody believed that somebody was impaired by drugs and they just let them drive away.
But some can talk normal is what I'm trying to say. And you can't tell they're on it. But yet, some can talk normal on alcohol until you test them and they're over .5.
Yeah.
And they get a ticket. So I can't believe that they don't have some kind of a monitoring system for you guys to pack with you, same as you do for a breathalyzer.
Yeah, like sometime a saliva test or something like that.
Does the time delay affect everything? Like if you're calling somebody who's because.
The time delay would be in the consumption of, the internal consumption of whatever drug they might be on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no, you can't do a blood test or anything like that?
No.
So really, there's nothing for them unless,
There's obvious signs of impairment,
yeah.
which is.
So if somebody's grossly impaired, let's say I formed reasonable and probable grounds to believe that somebody's impaired by prescription drugs, illegal narcotics, you can go by way of a criminal code. When you arrest somebody under the criminal code, then you can take them to a hospital and have a blood demand for their blood.
Okay.
So there is that other avenue versus the provincial sanctions for impaired driving.
Well, I was totally lost on that one because I thought you guys had a blower for it or you took them in and had them tested once it blew too much on it. That was the informative that I had. But
Well,
now you're saying you don't do that.
Just to follow up with that, Oscar, like, are you saying that when they rolled out this,
Yeah,
the legalizing of it, that was one of the things the federal government had promoted, is that they had a roadside
yeah.
sobriety test for drugs and alcohol?
Just so
Or
we're,
alcohol.
But there's no such thing, I believe, is there?
okay, that's 10 years later and we just find that out?
There is, it's a standard field sobriety test, which is, I'm not one of the testers, I don't have the training for it, but they, have eye movements, walking the line,
But it's not,
balance.
it's not a
things.
machine.
It's not a machine, it's a
No.
human interaction that you have to have that specific training for.
So are you requesting one to be in the area? Or,
Training is always an ongoing thing.
Okay.
Getting somebody here that is trained in standard field sobriety testing, it would definitely be a benefit for our detachment.
okay. So you can't put that in as a request that, we're short with this?
This
type of
particular
thing?
training, there's always different requests in for
Oh, I see.
different types of courses, yes.
The smell of some of them drugs you can pick out like nothing anyway. I've been told.
Yes. Third page. This one might be in color for you. Have green. That's just a snapshot for 2024 versus 2025 crime statistics reported in the MD. And we have an overall reduction of persons crimes of 31%, property crime down 46%, and then the other criminal code down 39%. And then they further break that down into specific categories. We had 25 fewer break and enters in the MD in 2025. 16 fewer theft of motor vehicles, and 17 fewer of theft under 5,000.
Any questions or comments on those stats that are?
Do you have concerns that the stats are going down, which might imply we don't need the coverage that we have?
No.
I think we need more coverage.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
how do you justify that, though, if the crime stats are down and we just purchased, you know, an administrative support?
That's
for
going to
more
be
help?
a tough sell for me if I come here 6 to 8 months from now and say, are you willing to help support another regular member position? Because now we have a support staff person in position
Right.
to support the members. That is going to be a harder sell, but I think at the end of the day, the boots on the ground, the members on the streets into the rural areas does have a positive effect on crime reduction.
Yeah, I agree, it's just hard when the stats look so good.
I had this issue with the town of Wainwright last year when the statistics looked really nice. Everything was coming down. I said, whatever goes down always goes up.
Right, yeah.
So next time I come here, everything's rosy right now, but next time I come and now those bars are going the other way and they're red instead of green, now the questions are going to be a little bit tougher and a little bit harder. Yeah.
I guess just a little off topic with stats, but I had a question just in regards to when we were at convention and we met with the seniors. One of the things they mentioned is they were looking at an overview of the bail reform in Alberta. So that was the head prosecutor, I terrible with names, I can't remember her name right now, but she mentioned that was one of the things that they were looking at. So just in terms of, and I guess, I know you're not an expert in this, but in terms of provincial to federal, how much wiggle room or play is there to help you out and help your members out with bail reform on a provincial level as opposed to a federal level?
Well, I think at the provincial level, it comes down to what their mandates and goals are for, and also comes down to how much room they have in their remand system to accommodate a number of prisoners. I think that comes down to one of the big squeezes, is they don't have the room to house a lot or an excess number of prisoners. From speaking from our detachment point of view, I found that anytime there's any significant person crime or violent crime, we're having a lot more success in having somebody remanded and sent into custody pending their trial or guilty plea on whatever they're charged with. We're still struggling with property crimes, where the courts are still looking at property crimes as a lesser of an offense, although it's not. And we start to see that turnover, or that what has been termed that catch and release that goes on. Until they've built up so many charges and so many either fail to appears or fail to comply with their conditions, then the courts start to look at that, okay, now you're not capable of being in society and following the rules.
Any other questions or comments?
I'll just quickly touch, sorry, is there any? No. Quickly touch on the new MD support position. Kelly and I have been in contact in the last couple weeks here, and we're going to start rolling out the job application process for that here shortly. My goal is to have that position closed. I think we said the 20th of February, something like that, for applications. And then kind of comes the long part for the RCMP, because we have to have a security clearance for whoever that selected candidate is. So their offer of employment will be based on obtaining a security clearance. And that can be anywhere from 3 to 6 months, depending on their background and things like that. So for us to get somebody into that position where we actually have them there in the office could be as early as April, May, could be summertime. And then it becomes the training process for them to get up to speed on all of our unique computer systems.
So it's a bit of a process.
It is a bit of a process. I typically say for a support position, it's about 1.5 years by the time they're hired till they're competent and confident in that position.
Do you feel like you're going to be able to report in any way the benefit to that position to us, or like, will there be anything that you would find substantial you could bring forward for the cost and?
Yep, for the additional cost to the MD. I mean, at the end of the day, if I can take that position and have members work, for example, court packages, crown disclosures, bail packages, taken off the members instead of having them sit in front of that computer, then they can be on the road. So substantially, can I say how much more time they're going to be on the road? That's a tough,
Yeah.
because I don't have clocks on, you know, or you know, how many steps are getting.
It technically should show up in our crime stats.
Well, I mean, even that information helps, because you're not sure exactly what their role is in that administrative
Yeah.
spot. Perfect, thank you.
Additional staffing levels right now. As you know, one of our corporals that's been here for 7, going on 8 years, Norm Weber, he's retiring. His last shift is this Friday night. And then he's starting all of his annual leave and his bank time and running that out until his retirement date of May 28th. So he'll have 28-year service with the RCMP.
So we'll be short a guy until he runs it all out.
So that position, his corporal position, is going to be vacant starting this Friday until I can get somebody hired into that position.
Yep.
I advertised for his corporal position. It went out for advertisement on January 21st. So last Wednesday. It closes on, I believe, the 11th of February. And then it has to go to validations so that anybody that applies for that promotion, they have to submit competencies. Goes to a validation board, and then all the validated applicants, then I get their applications to me for selection. So ideally, depends on where this selected candidate has to move from. I'm hoping to have somebody in that position by June, July. We also have a new cadet that's supposed to be posted here. I should be hearing something this week. Person graduates end of March. So that'll fill one of my hard vacancies that's been vacant since October 22nd.
Good.
And again, just like any other new employee, it's a learning process. By the time they get past their first 2 months of direct supervision, so they actually are paired directly with another member for the first 2 months. They're not allowed to do anything on their own, and then they can kind of start to spread their wings and go out and do some patrolling on their own and things like that. So again, a slow process to get them into, you know, confident and competent police officers.
Is depot filling up now? Are you getting more candidates in there?
It is. If I got an email yesterday that actually explained a lot of what's going on at depot. If I grab my phone, you don't mind for an extra minute or two?
Yeah, you
And
bet.
I probably should have printed it off and brought it. Problem is, trying to read off this.
You want my glasses?
I might. Get to that point.
While you're looking for that, Mike, I do have a question for you. Just
Yes.
with the, going and seeing the,
What's this?
what's the name of it for me?
The center.
Yeah, the center.
with the
Our
health-
talk?
Yeah.
You took us there.
How-
Do
how
we want
long-
to do another trip? Is that?
Well, we do
It
have two
sounds
new
super
members
interesting.
here that, and one that never got to go, so,
It was,
Yeah.
it was a great trip.
So why don't we set something up for another date that we can all go up?
yeah, whatever works for you.
I'll get in contact with them when I get back and for most people, open schedules, or like, is there
Yep.
certain days of the week that would be more easy to accommodate?
Third Tuesdays is that.
Whenever
Third
you want.
Tuesdays, all the way, all day long, right?
Yeah, we had at our District 5 meeting, they gave a little presentation. Commanding Officer Duro was there, and they gave a presentation, and it sparked a lot of interest and conversation, so.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
It was very good,
Yeah.
yeah. And then when, you know, your ratepayers are asking, like, where is everybody? It was easy to say, you should see
Well-
the drones or the,
And that's the thing,
Heat,
is that
yeah.
you get an appreciation for, okay, this is what we're paying for here. We see a police car and we see a police officer, but what's up there?
Absolutely.
What that support is, looks like from coming up
Yep.
in that big building. And then I gave you a tour of the whole place, and it's quite the,
yeah. it is
quite the
really-
building. So my recycling bin's all loading up here right now. That's what's taking so long. Do you want me just to generate an
please.
email and just send it to you, and
Yeah.
then you can just disperse it to everybody?
It was just a
Yeah.
question, because I knew you came from Denver, so I was wondering how.
Yeah. See, I was in training there during kind of that COVID time, so we seen that real reduction in members coming in there, or new cadets.
Yeah.
And then kind of that flat line where there was not a lot of applicants in the RCMP, and then kind of starting to get that increase.
They were still a bit worried about
Well, I
job
seen the military
security.
had gone up like 17%
Yep.
the last couple months, so I was hoping the RCMP was 2%.
I'm not seeing the big
There.
negative bad campaigns anymore.
So just a quick overview. In 2025, we welcomed 895 newly graduated regular members into the field.
Which year?
2025. National recruit strategy has been developed. So this is their targets. Increased troop target to 50 troops of 32 cadets for 2026-27. So that's an additional 10 troops of 32 cadets.
Wow.
So if we have 50 troops of 32, does anybody have a calculator? Because I'm not,
1,600.
1,500 plus.
1,600.
And let's say, because obviously there's some benchmarks that cadets have to make to graduate. If they have a 15 or 20% dropout or failure rate, you know, we'll definitely be over that 1,000 new members they're targeted for 2026-27. They're reinstating physical fitness testing as part of the application process, because they had removed that. They are increasing the cadet allowance. So right now it's $525 per week for the cadets, because they're not hired as employees. They're hired as cadets. They're not regular members. They're not sworn in until the graduation day, the very last day that they're there. So they're increasing that from $525 a week to $1,000 a week. So hope to drive some more of that application, or get people to apply to the RCMP.
Right.
When I went through in 2006, we never got nothing. It was zero. So they're making steps in the right direction to increase that application process. But yeah, I'll get that over to you, Kelly, for distribution there.
Coffee time. Okay, any other quick questions or comments before we stop for coffee?
Wainwright 101-201-20.
No? Okay, let's break for coffee then. You're welcome to stay, Mike.
So y'all be careful.
We'll call the meeting back to order. And moving on to protection to persons and property.
No, we'll change the date first.
Oh, yeah, we got one, thank you. We had a bit of a conflict for the planning date of April 2nd. Is April 6th okay with everybody?
No, April 7th, Kelly wants.
Now we're 7th?
I'll make a
Okay.
motion, we go with the 7th.
7th of April.
Yeah.
7th of April for planning. Oscar made the motion. All those in favor? Opposed?
Rich, put your
Carried.
hand up.
Sorry, I'm in favor, Mike. I'm just looking and writing down.
So that works for everybody?
Yeah.
Does now.
April 7th. Okay.
Thank
now-
you both, thank you for that.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
It's Mike's mistake.
Good catch. Okay, RFD, Wainwright Fire Rescue Deputy Command Truck.
So this is a second unit for the deputy fire chief, which is ready to be traded off. It's a joint project with the town of Wainwright, a 50-50 cost on the capital share. So this is according to the agreement we have with the town of Wainwright. So all we need to do, all council needs to do is consider the approval of the purchase of the unit. There's cost, the cost of the unit is $56,034. There's a trade-in value of $30,000. Plus there is additional, I guess it would be lights, decals, and other equipment that needed to be added to the unit to make it serviceable, and that's going to be, will end up in an approximate cost of $22,500 as the MD share and the town share.
Okay, any questions or comments on that?
I'll make a motion that we approve option one.
Go with option 1, approve the purchase of the unit. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, moving on to bylaw enforcement services.
Okay, so right now we're using the services of, it's called bylaw enforcement. The gentleman is out of Camrose and attends on an as-needed basis. I think in 2025-24, we used the gentleman's service twice with good results, effective results. There hasn't been many needs for using him in the last little while. So, but I've had a conversation with him yesterday, and he's still willing to renew the agreement. However, he has some concerns with insurance. So, I don't know what council would say as far as maybe, since we don't use him that often, and if I guess the need arises where we do need him, we want him to actually show up. So would maybe a retainer entice him to keep us on the docket so he's there when we need him, and may help him with other costs that he has to have in place for our services? Is that something would be a change from last year's or the previous agreement, but it's something for council to consider. Throwing out a number of, I don't know, $500 per year as a retainer, just to keep the guy available and ready for us and respond when we need him.
Probably have to be a little more than that.
I just threw a number of 500. It could be a little bit more. I don't know.
So he only charges on an as-needed.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, and last year was 2 times.
What was the total cost last year?
I don't have those numbers, but I'm going to think it's around, if I were to guess, $3,000. In that range, $3,000 to $5,000. I might be high with that.
I like having him available. I just don't feel like we should send him out searching for issues. We really did it on a complaint basis. And when we did have complaints, he was great at the way he dealt with it. He's very calm. He's very, easy to deal with in that regard, I think. But I hate to lose him, but we just haven't needed him. It's a bit of I don't know if he's been sent out to the villages to see if they have any issues or what everybody felt about that.
No, that's, I don't know if we want to get into that. That's more their governance.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the idea of a retainer, though. I don't know if we just want to make a motion that will allow administration to enter an agreement to a retainer and then keep the same existing that we have right now up to a certain cost. Would that work?
Yeah, that would work.
Well, the way it's structured right now, It'd be significantly cheaper than actually having a bylaw enforcement separate officer.
Yeah,
I'll make
A-
that
and I agree with Robin. He is good. He's very personable and he's patient and,
I'll make it.
okay, so what kind of, just for discussion, what kind of number would we want to authorize
Up
administration?
to $1,000.
Per month or per year?
No, per year.
$1,000 per year on a retainer, and then the existing agreement as is.
Is that fair?
Is that enough?
I think
His
that would-
total
I think-
fees were under under $1,000 for the last 2 years, per year, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Oh,
I think it makes it worth him paying his insurance is the issue, but
well, I'm just
I think
concerned
he
that,
is working in other areas, so he has to have insurance either way.
We may have too high a rate though, like, what are we, 5 mil?
No, we lowered it to 2 for him, I think, is
yeah,
what.
we.
Certain
made an exception.
non-core, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think $1,000. I did mention that number to him, and he said that would be more than reasonable.
and he understood it was a
Okay.
year, right?
Okay. Okay, so Oscar has made the motion to allow administration $1,000 to come to an agreement with our bylaw enforcement services. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, and we had a landfill, hazardous and special products program for landfill. So instead of doing a 1-year pickup, they want to do it yearly, and it looks like they need a motion to allow all the residents access to the program at the landfill.
Yeah, the way I understand it is it's all year round, and there's no charge for it. The only thing is we'd have to apply to the Alberta Recycling Management Committee or Board to get approved for this for MD ratepayers. I understand some other neighbors in our region have applied and have been approved.
So just for clarity, is it the landfill commission that applies, but we're authorizing them permission to apply for our residents?
They want the
No,
MD to apply.
the MD applies to Alberta Recycling Management, and like we specify exactly, I don't know if we get into details of the type of products that can be brought in, but basically we undertake the application process, which allows us, and once we're approved, which allows our MD ratepayers to contribute or to bring these HSP products to the landfill.
Okay.
So they can legally or, I guess, effectively accept under the program.
And I think at the landfill meeting, it was brought up that bringing in the one hazardous day roughly costs like $14,000, and it wasn't really cost effective, where if they can do it all year long, there was no number, but that it would be profoundly cheaper than the one day. We had like 11 people bring in hazardous waste that whole day. And so they're hoping that this would keep things out of the landfill, but then offer more of a service to the
I
ratepayer.
didn't actually realize that we could bring this stuff to the landfill.
Only on the one day.
Yeah,
The-
they had a hazardous roundup, it was usually in May, if I remember right.
Yeah.
The one day, and then you could bring like
You'd
your
probably get a lot
aerosols
better utilization if it was
year-round.
ongoing.
Yeah,
If it was year-round?
Yeah.
Ongoing, yeah.
yeah.
Well, like the oil and that's always, well, about what, 2 years now?
2 years, yeah, they've had that operation.
Yeah, now they're set up for it properly, yeah.
Okay, any other questions or comments?
I'll make a motion, we do option 1.
Okay, thanks,
If you're
Robin.
comfortable
We're good with that. Okay, Robin made the motion to go with option 1. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, we got a couple bylaws.
Okay, so this is our annual borrowing bylaw for operating purposes. We typically haven't gone into it. It's there for us in case we need it. So we want to ask council for consideration to have that available to us if we do need to borrow for operating purposes.
Absolutely.
And it's $15 million, and the interest rate is 1% above prime to a maximum of 10%. And also, it talks about the credit card in here as well. We have a MasterCard with Alberta Treasury Branch that has a limit of $15,000. And that interest rate's actually very good, really, considered what's out there is 2% above prime, lending rate to a maximum of 11%.
Do we all get a credit card?
I didn't know we had a credit card.
No, you don't.
I'll make that motion that we go ahead.
It's a
Okay, it's a
bylaw, so
bylaw.
we'll have to, it's bylaw 1722, to authorize the borrowing of money for the purpose of financing operating expenditures. Oscar makes a motion for the first reading. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
I'll make the second.
Thanks, Bill.
Richard.
Richard.
Or Richard, sorry. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Motion to proceed.
I'll make the third and,
We
or
need
proceeding
motion to proceed,
motion.
it has to be unanimous. So Sean makes motion to proceed. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And the third and final by Bruce. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, thanks. We got one more. Bylaw 1723, for the purpose of establishing the administrative structure of the municipal district of Wainwright, number 61, in relation to the Access to Information Act and Protection of Privacy Act, and to set fees thereunder. So you want to speak to that one, or is it pretty?
Yeah, you explained it very well. Basically, this replaces, there was a FOIP legislation, which was Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy. They replaced the acts with AOPA, with POPA and Access to Information Act. So we're basically bringing our bylaw up to speed with the new acts, and it saves the same purposes. If someone comes and asks for information on certain things that we possess here, then we can charge for it based on provincial rates that are set by regulation. So nothing's really changed. All we're doing is changing the new acts that came into force that replaced FOIP.
So where are those rates listed? You said provincial.
Yeah, they're placed, I believe, under regulations, so the province will come up with general, consistent rates throughout the province that municipalities would use to charge for their fees whenever someone comes and requests information.
Okay, any other questions or comments on the bylaw?
What's the fee gonna be?
Whatever the provincial.
Yeah, Neil, you can help me out with that. He's more familiar. Neil's our
Yeah.
coordinator for that.
Am I on, Steven? Yeah. So the fee is $25 if you come in for the request, and then at that point, it's evaluated. If the request is, a few pieces of paper or 1 and 2 records, it probably stays at the 25. If it gets complex, if the coordinator believes it's over $150, then you provide an estimate for them and they decide if they want to proceed or not. And there's just a formula of how much you can charge per piece of paper, per hour, per redaction, that type of idea. So we have, that's probably where we're at with the fees.
Okay. Just any other questions or comments? Okay, Bruce makes a motion to go with the first reading. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Second reading, Garnet, thanks. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Motion to proceed?
Yep.
Thank you, Richard.
You're
All those in
welcome.
favor?
Michael.
Opposed? Carried.
I'll do the third reading.
Thanks, Sean. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
That'd be faster, Robin.
Okay, moving on to development. We don't have another zoning one, so we could
Good morning.
How are you?
Morning, Dana.
Yes. The plants didn't fare so well.
Okay, we have the Director of Development Services report in front of you. Any questions or comments? Or anything you'd like to elaborate on?
No, pretty quiet start to January. Lots of inquiries about developments and subdivisions, but not a lot of permits being issued in the first month of the year so far.
No questions or comments?
Okay, so this hosting the annual post-construction meeting, so is that just for?
Just with administration and public works so that we can review what's still outstanding, where we still need seating, where we're registering the roads, all the agreements have been executed and that kind of thing.
Okay, any other questions or comments? If not, does somebody want to make a motion to accept the report as presented?
I'll do that.
Thanks, Robin. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And we have one RFD, the Ribstone Road closures.
Yeah, so the Municipal Planning Commission is recommending that council consider closing some streets and some alleys that are not used for public use in preparation for some consolidation of lots in Ribstone. So looking for a motion to direct us to proceed with those road closures.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, any questions or comments in regards to this RFP
So the
before?
roads will be absorbed by the landowners
Yep.
adjacent?
Correct, consolidated into those lots, yeah.
Is there a fee for that, or
Yeah, it's going to cost us in surveying costs and registrations.
what about the land value? What's it?
So we've had them all appraised, and so then council still has yet to reach a decision about the dispersal of them.
Okay. Okay, any other questions or comments? If not, I believe Oscar made the motion to go with option one and direct administration to proceed with road closure proceedings. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dana. Okay, committee reports. Wainwright Sea Cleaning Plant.
Not a whole lot to report. They have, I think he said he has 60,000 bushels booked so far for this coming spring for cleaning. And other than that, there's been minimal repairs required and just waiting for the rush. They are, I believe that they were looking at advertising for a part-time person, but they need them now. So that's about it.
Okay. Thanks, Sean. Edgerton Sea Cleaning.
We had 2 meetings in January, one on the 6th and one on the 26th, and we had a break-in on December 25th where they stole some dog and cat food, block of blue salt, and an extension cord, about $1,500 worth of stuff. And they have a picture of the van, but they don't know who it is, and of course, it's all reported to the police. And December was slow at cleaning, actually 0. Everybody was on Christmas break, and January is picking up a little bit.
Thanks. FCS.
FCSS has put in a formal request to the town of Wainwright for an advertisement board within the swimming pool side facility. They had such a great turnout for the father-daughter gala, they need a bigger venue. The mental health symposium's coming up. FRN has a 3-month extension from April to June on their funding, but they're a bit nervous about cutbacks, and it provides extra pressure on the office for family support. They updated the business plan and the board policy. What else?
They in their timesheets, they put in no overtime, they just bank their hours and have to use them up within a month, I think it was.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Because their new hours are 8:30 to 3:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Battle River Foundation.
Everything's going good, working on the budget. Haven't got too much else. Pardon?
Hired the assistant.
Yeah, we actually hired her a month ago, though. She did show up for work on January 5th.
Good.
It's Louis Lighthizer's daughter, so he used to work for us. Actually, a real nice girl. Seems nice anyway.
Leah.
Yeah. I didn't know her, so. Other than that, everything's good. Well, we have some internal problems, but that's not for here.
Okay, moving on. Landfill.
Go ahead.
I have, no. Yeah, we had a meeting on the 19th of January. Things that come up was, discussed the farmland lease that we got, clerical and financial support, percentage increase, and then we discussed the HSP and with the MD and all that.
Okay, thanks, Richard. East Central 911.
We haven't had a meeting since then, but I understand that the ATRAX is up and working on the council.
Good. Community Health Foundation. Okay. Northern Lights Library.
What's your gala, what's
Theme?
your theory for
The theme of the gala.
Starry Night.
what is it?
Starry Night.
A Starry Night.
I think, something like that.
Okay.
Ed, do you remember the date just off the top of your head? If not, not a big deal. Okay. Okay, Northern Lights.
January 16th, they had an orientation for new board members, done via Zoom. I was unable to attend any of that meeting this month. We were away somewhere else.
I was away too.
RMA.
Yeah, we were at RMA. A lot of members missing because of that conflict, but yeah. Pretty much everything's the same.
And Wainwright Economic.
No meeting since the last one. I think the next one's March 10th.
Okay. We're adjourned. Oh,
I can do
before that, I need a motion to accept the
I'll
reports
do
as
that
presented.
part.
Bruce beat you.
And then, okay.
Or you want the adjourned one? Okay, Robin made the motion to accept the reports as presented. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried? And Bruce makes the motion to adjourn.